Hey, you guys. Hey, it's Kat the Course Builder here. And I'm super excited that so many of you all have signed up to join us on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my free class. I'm going to be talking about all things selling courses in bulk to schools, to companies, to the government. If you have ever thought about it, then you want to join me, and I'm going to go ahead and put the link down in the comment section. All right, so that you don't miss out. All right, because there will not be a replay. I repeat, will not be a replay. All right, so you got to kind of be in the place. All right. I am not holding back, you guys. So this is the time more than ever to sell your courses in bulk. If you've been thinking about the idea that I've got to shore up my business finances, I've got to put my business in position to be able to, to bring in lumps of cash as opposed to just trickles of cash. All right, if you've been thinking about that, you know that it's a thing, you just don't know quite how to do it. I want to make sure that your face is in the place. Okay, so I think I put it down there. Okay, let me put it here just in case. All right, and for those of you all who are seeing me for the very first time, I am Kat the Course Builder. I run a full service course building agency. We operate in 5 countries across 3 continents. And we have built courses for some of the most recognizable brands in the entire world: Walmart, Verizon Wireless, Ocean Spray, the federal government, and so many more. Okay, so many more. Definitely check us out at katthecoursebuilder.com if you want to know all the places that we are and that we've been. And so what I'm doing now is teaching you how to sell your courses to these companies, to schools, to government agencies, and what you need to do to prepare your course to actually do that. All right. And so listen, if you're like, listen, I know it's something that I need to do, but maybe you've been a little bit scared. Listen, I'm going to introduce you in just a moment to Nurse T. Nurse T is one of my clients, and she is just amazing at what she does. She operates home schools and home healthcare agencies, and she teaches other people how to do it. But here's the thing: she has sold her course to companies. Somebody say companies. Okay. And so if you have thought about selling your course to companies for licensing, okay, then I want you to listen to Nurse T, and I want you to hear what she has to say about that very topic. Okay, so hold tight. All right, Nurse T, take it away.
This is not for everyone.
Yeah.
This is for the person who really, really wants to maximize what they have.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Yeah.
is for the person who is not comfortable anymore with just the numbers of 500,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or 250K. You're not comfortable with that anymore. You
Yeah.
want that now to be part of your revenue stream. Those numbers are just a fraction of what you're bringing in. So now I'm thinking on a level of this is more than you just logging on, you taking a course. Now you're purchasing this course to be used in your own business. So I did what I knew best, and I hopped on with the person who could lead me with that, because that was a little bit, that was, I didn't even have my mind wrapped. Let me tell you how I had planned on a revenue stream for conference to be somewhere around 60,000. I mean, that's just in what I intended to sell at
Mm-hmm.
conference.
Yeah.
After restructuring with Kat, what I had going on, I am now looking at, my goal is at least 200K in revenue
Mm-hmm.
from that very same course. And it is because we're constructing this on a different level. This is not something that I could just do on my own. This is where true work comes in. Okay. And so I say this to say, no matter where you are in your journey, if this is something that you're thinking about doing and you're serious about it, you really need to get, I'm gonna just be real. That's the only way I know how to be.
Yeah.
Get yourself together and know that you have to have this constructed properly. You have, if you know, and you're here in the community, you already know, sort of the things that it takes and what it's going to need. You got to be ready to take this to the next level. Okay. And next level first starts here, because you have to start thinking higher. You have to start thinking higher than what you're presently thinking. I was thinking at a high level as of yesterday. I am now thinking at an even more higher level. And that is something that takes development. That is something that sometimes you just got to step back and say, I need some help. Right. And the help is here. The help is here. So I've gone now from just selling courses to white labeling courses for organizations. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the licensing. That's the licensing opportunity, because you took those other steps, and let's be clear, that 200K is in additional revenue from what you were going to be doing. So you're looking at, in addition to, so you're looking at a $350,000 to $500,000 opportunity coming up in just a couple of months, right?
Yep.
And okay, very good. Okay, so did you guys hear what Nurse T was saying? Okay, and for those of you all who say yes, Kat, yes, I am ready to sell my courses in bulk. And I've never heard of white labeling a course. I don't know how to white label my course so that I can sell it to lots of different organizations and not just one. See, that's the beauty of your expertise. Your brilliance is that it multiplies. It's a multiplier. And so if you've never heard of that, you don't know what it is, I want you to make sure that you join us on Thursday, okay? Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There will be no replay. You got to have your face in the place. I am going to be breaking down how you can take your existing course. If you got a course, great. Now what we have to do is repurpose it for profit. Okay, repurpose it for profit for B2B sales. When I say B2B, I mean schools. And when I say schools, I mean all the schools. I mean home schools, micro schools, charter schools, private schools, colleges, universities, continuing education programs, nonprofit programs. All of those fall under schools and education, and your course can be sold to every last one of those. Okay. So we're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be breaking it down, how to actually reposition your course to be sold in bulk. Bulk meaning licensing, white labeling, and those are just two. I'm going to be sharing more with you about how to do that, how to price it. If you're like, hey, listen, I work at X company and I know that they could use this particular kind of course. If you're like, hey, I know that the company that I work for, that I currently work for, could use this particular course. I know because I work there. I see the gaps. I see what they need. All right. If that's you and you're like, hey, how do I get this in front of them? How do I price it? How do I position it? You want to make sure that you join us Thursday. That is tomorrow. Make sure that you join us. I am going to be live. This is not a pre-recorded class. I am teaching class live. Class is in session tomorrow, 6 p.m. Thursday. Okay. So make sure that your face is in the place. All right. I'm going to be taking your questions. All right. So many of you all work at companies where you know where the gaps are. You know how to help them. You know, because you've been there for years. Maybe you are the one who knows a specific skill or program or software or process, and they've been using it for years, right? Did you know that companies can and will pay employees for their courses? They absolutely will. Okay. And if you're planning to quit that job and sell them the course, you can do that too. And I'm going to be talking to you about how to lay the groundwork for that, so that you lay the groundwork before you even quit. Okay. Some of you all are sitting right there on top of the money every time you go to your job. So we're going to be talking about that. All right. So the link is down in the comment section. Make sure that you are there. Okay. If you have thought about selling your courses to schools, and you guys already know what some people have planned, unfortunately, for the Department of Education, schools, let me tell y'all, schools are going to need your expertise. All kind of schools, all kind of educational programs. Okay, because the Department of Education does a lot. Okay, they do a lot on the federal level, and now that it looks like kids who are on IEPs, 504 plans are going to be the ones to suffer. They are going to be the ones that are going to be, in addition to all the other kids. We don't know what's going to happen. So schools are scrambling to figure out solutions. Parents are scrambling to figure out, do I want to homeschool my kid? I need enrichment programs. I need to be able to expose them to the things that they're not going to get in school, because I'm going to pull them out of there. I don't want my kid exposed to said agenda. So people are already thinking about how I'm going to do this outside of the classroom and the school. And so even though homeschools have been around for a long time, they are predicting that they are going to really kind of blow up, and they need programs. Continuing education programs at colleges need programs. Okay, it's just necessary, and it's coming. So that means your course has to be in position. Your consumer level course is not going to do it. The course that you have sitting over in ClickFunnels, sorry, it's good for consumers. It's good enough for your everyday person. That's fine. It's not necessarily good enough for a school. It's not necessarily good enough for a company. Not necessarily good enough to sell to a government agency. Okay. If it doesn't meet the compliances, the required compliances, okay, then it's not going to be sold. You're not going to be able to sell it. You're not going to be able to license it. They're going to ask you, okay, about certain compliances. And if you don't know what those are, then you're going to just kind of be a deer in the headlights and miss out. Tonight, I'm sorry, not tonight, Thursday night, I'm going to be going through what those compliances are. Okay. They're not difficult to do, but you got to know what they are. Okay. So you have to know the rules of the game in order to be able to play in that space. Okay. And so the name of the game right now is being able to repurpose your current program for B2B sales. Okay. And B2B in the course world includes schools, companies, and government agencies. Okay. Schools, companies, and government agencies. So we're going to go through in detail what those compliances are. I'm also going to be sharing with you exactly what your course needs to have and be in order for it to be attractive to a school, a university, a college, a company, a government agency, because even if they want your course, they might not be able to accept it if you don't if your course is not in a format that they can accept. It has to be in a format that they can accept. Otherwise, they're going to say, "Oh, that was a great idea, but we can't purchase it from you. We can't, give you money. We can't license it from you. We can't white label it from you. We can't do a whole lot of things." Just like Nurse T was just talking about. And if you're just now joining, we're talking about selling your courses in bulk. All right. And I just played a video, so you can go back and watch, replay this once this live stream is over with, to listen to what Nurse T, one of our amazing clients, what she's talking about in terms of how we helped her to white label her course so that she can sell it in bulk. All right. And she is now, that was like last year. Okay. And last year, she was able to bring in an additional $200,000 into her event, because she had an event where she offered her course as a white label course to companies, and they bought it. And so make sure that you go back and watch the beginning of this video, because I'm playing a part in that interview where Nurse T is talking about how she sold her course white label in bulk to companies, and how it brought her an additional $200,000 during her conference. Okay. All right. So we'll talk about, so go back and listen to that video. And Thursday, at the live class, I'm going to be sharing that piece with you. The other thing that we're doing Thursday night at 6 p.m. is I am going to be bringing in and talking to you all about a case study. I'm bringing in a real live executive. Now, I'm going to try to get her live in person. She's really busy, so I'm still not sure if she's going to show up live, but even if she doesn't show up live, I'll have her do a video for you guys. She actually is one of our clients, and she commissioned work to be done for the Small Business Administration, okay, because they are funded in part by the Small Business Administration, and talking about what she was looking for when she was looking for a course. What did it have to have? What was she looking for when she was looking to purchase instructionally designed courses? What was she looking for? What kind of compliances had to be there? What format did it have to be in? How did they end up purchasing those courses from us? Okay. And why she bought them, and how she was able to why she accepted our proposal over a lot of other people's proposal. Okay. Why did she accept it? How did she accept it? What was required? So I'm going to have those answers for you all, and I'm going to try to get her live tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to try to get her live in the class tomorrow. And if not, it's okay. We'll go over the case study, and I'll try to get a video from her for tomorrow night. Okay. All right. But she is an executive in the nonprofit sector, because y'all got to remember, nonprofits buy a lot of programs. Nonprofits buy a lot of courses, and this is a nationwide nonprofit, and they have a nationwide program that we were commissioned to create for them, okay, to build for them. but it had to have compliances. It had to meet certain regulations. It had to be in a certain format. So we're going to talk about it. All right. And so tomorrow you don't have to start from scratch. Okay. If you have a course, great. If you don't have a course, great. It doesn't really matter. Okay. That's fine. We're going to talk about how to repurpose what you already have, the idea that you already have, the course that you already have, and then how to tinker it so that businesses will want to buy it, so that government agencies will be able to buy it, so that schools will be able to buy it. How do we position it? What do we do? All right. So all those things we're going to talk about to Thursday at 6 p.m. Thursday, 6 p.m., 6 p.m., 6 p.m. sharp. Okay. So you guys, I have dropped the link down below for you to join us tomorrow. Join us on Thursday. And I'm super excited. This is my wheelhouse. Those of you all who know me, you know that I have been an instructional designer for over 20 plus years now. And our agency, this is what we do. We actually have two sides to our business. One side is helping, creators, consultants, coaches to build excellent programs and courses that they can offer to the consumer. But we also have a corporate side of our business where we help companies, organizations build courses, and we build courses as well for corporate entities, for schools, for companies, for agencies, on the B2B side. Okay. So you all heard Nurse T, she got into the B2B side and she's doing amazing with that. And it's paying her over and over and over again because she's able to actually license the course. So she doesn't even have to do anything with it. Okay. All she has to do is send them an invoice for every year that they want access to it. And let me tell y'all something else about access before I go. Let me tell y'all something else about access. Oh, sorry, somebody was pinging me. Let me tell y'all something. You have to do this in the right way so that you don't get your intellectual property taken from you. Okay? So what happens sometimes is that you're teaching a live course, you're teaching a live training to a company, and they're hiring you over and over and over again to come in and teach that course live. That's fine. But let me tell you what you're not thinking about. You're not thinking about the fact that they are taking notes. Do you hear me? They are taking notes. They are having their people sit in on your course. They are watching you. They are watching the reactions. They are taking notes of how you're doing it. Now, they're going to pay you for you coming in teaching that course live, but because you didn't license it properly, because you didn't have the contract the way it was supposed to be, they are literally able to watch you and then do what you're doing. And one day they come in, something got in my eye. See, that ain't nothing but the devil trying to stop me from telling y'all what's going on. One day they come in, this just happened, I promise you. Somebody just called me in the last few days telling me what happened. I said, you know what? It happens because people just don't know. Those of you all who are training in person at these companies and things like that, and then you think, hey, that contract is going to keep going. Let me tell you something. After they bring their people in to watch you and sit in on your classes, and you think that they're taking notes to go back and tell them how amazing you are, and they might be doing that, but they also could be taking notes so that they can teach the course and tell you that they don't need you anymore. I want y'all to hear me. They will tell you we're not renewing your contract to come in and teach your course because you didn't do the agreement right. You weren't thinking about what happens if if I go in and I teach this course and then they want to teach my own course? Okay, so we're going to be talking about those things on Thursday, okay? Because when you get into licensing your courses, white labeling your courses, we're going to talk about how you need to position it, how you need to position yourself, what you need to be putting on those agreements, so that they cannot teach your course without you unless they pay you a licensing fee. Y'all hear me? They got to pay you licensing. But if you never talk to them about licensing, they can take they're not taking it, they bought it. They have bought it. They paid for your content. They paid for you to come in. They paid for it, but you think that they're going to continue to pay you to come in and teach it because you're the expert. But guess what? After 6 months of that, after a year of that, they're going to become experts too. They're going to bring their trainers into that classroom and pay attention to how you're teaching it, what you're teaching, what you're saying. And if you don't have a licensing agreement in place so that you can get paid no matter how many people they bring into that classroom, they're going to get you. They're going to get you because companies want to save money. So if you're thinking about selling your course in bulk, white labeling your course, licensing your course, I want you to do it right from the beginning, from the get-go, from Jump Street, as my grandmother said, okay? From Jump Street, because they're going to pay attention. They're watching. Their board is watching. How much money are we paying out for somebody to come in and teach this class? Can we do it internally? That's what they're thinking because it's cheaper than bringing you in. And here's the other thing. You may not want to continue teaching it live forever and ever. Amen. You got other things you want to do. You want to sit on the beach and sip on something fruity. So if you want to do that, license it. Let them teach it. As long as they pay you. As long as they pay you. As long as they pay you. Okay? So licensing, white labeling, selling your courses in bulk, letting your courses live on without you. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow night. Okay? So make sure that you register. Make sure that you're in. There is no replay. We're getting down to business. And we're going to make sure that you're able to transform your current course into one that you can license, one that you can sell in bulk to the government, to schools, to companies, and that way you can, shore up your business revenue. Some of you already have connections with businesses. You already have connections with government agencies. You already have connections with schools. You already have connections. You already have them. Look in your phone, look in your Rolodex. Well, back in my day, it was Rolodex. Okay. Go back and look at it. I'm sure that you already have those connections. Okay, but let's protect yourself. Let's, get your contracts ready for licensing so that you can sell them in bulk the right way. Okay. All right, you guys, I am Kat, the Course Builder, and it is all the way go time. And if it's go time for you, I want to see your face in the place tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. See you there. All right. Stay on course.